coming out this morning. I appreciate it. Before I get started to introduce our new head wrestling coach, let me say a couple of things about the folks who worked with us on our selection committee. It's going to slip. Sorry. You can yell at Gail about that. Let me just say a few things about the folks who helped us on our committee. Mark Stout is here. Mark is an executive with Baker Hughes, and I would say an active member of the wrestling community in West Virginia. He's a WVU alumnus. Thank you very much for your help on the committee. Also, Dr. Jeff Neely, who's our faculty athletic rep, was on our committee. Jeff's not here today, I don't think, but we appreciate his support. I also want to thank both Terry Howes and Kelly Cunningham, who served on the committee as well. We interviewed some really good candidates. This is a prized job, I think, in the wrestling community, and I felt as though we really had tremendous opportunity with a lot of the guys, but Sammie really was head and shoulders above our other candidates. So let me get to the point here and introduce our new head wrestling coach, Sammie Henson, most recently at the University of Missouri. Great wrestler himself. Sammie is a Clemson graduate, just like Randy Mazey, ironically, our relatively new baseball coach. But he was an Olympic medalist. He was a world champion, two-time NCAA champ, three-time All-American. You told me that in 2 seasons at Clemson you were 71-0. That's a pretty good record. But we're not hiring him to be a wrestler. We're hiring him, of course, to be a coach. And he's been a part of some really fantastic programs over the years. College wrestling powerhouses, Nebraska, Penn State. You were at West Point for a while, Oklahoma, and of course, most recently at Missouri. He's married, has 4 children. His wife, Stephanie, accompanied him, a couple of weeks ago on his trip to Morgantown. And I think the fact that you've got a great spouse and a great family is really important. What I think won us over, beyond his technical knowledge of wrestling and his ability to lead our program, is his emphasis on academics. It's very important. We not only want to win on the match or on the diamond or in the court, on the football field, we want to win academically and graduate our student athletes and have them come out of this institution with meaningful degrees. And he also is very involved with regional training centers, something that's very important to the success of any college program. If you look around at the NCAAs and look at the top 5, 6 schools, maybe with one exception, which is Edinburgh, they do it a little bit differently up there. Bruce Baumgartner and Tim do it somewhat differently, Tim Flynn. But otherwise, you see programs at the top that have these regional training centers, which is very important because not only does it give an opportunity for college wrestlers to wrestle against guys who are training for the World Championships or training for the Olympics, but it also allows college wrestlers to understand the mentality that a professional or somebody competing at that highest level is going through. So we're excited about the opportunity we have with Sammie's leadership to really build a strong regional training center here in Morgantown. The energy, the enthusiasm, the excitement that Sammie brought to the table was infectious, I think. I think our kids are going to absolutely love him once they get a chance to meet him. And we're delighted to introduce our new head wrestling coach, Sammie Henson. Sammie?
He's a little taller than me. I feel like this has been a long time overdue for me as a person and with my family, my wife, Stephanie, and my 2 sons and my 2 daughters. It's been a lifelong dream for me to be a head wrestling coach at a Division I program. And I'm really appreciative of Oliver Luck and giving me this opportunity, and Kelly and Terry Howes. You guys, it was great coming on the visit. The main thing for me was a fit. And I take that because in Oklahoma, one of the things I worked hard there and everything was good, and we had a lot of success in Oklahoma. But the one thing that they told me at the end there was it's got to be a fit. And so I felt like this was a fit for me from day one. I knew Danny Felix training here several years ago. I came out to Morgantown, and I actually told my wife, I didn't tell Oliver this, but when I came back, I could coach there. That place, I can win there. I knew the people I was raised, the type of people that you have in Morgantown and the surrounding areas, that's how I was raised. So I knew that I could recruit Sammie Hensons. and I knew that it would be a great place for me to live with my family. So that's why I interviewed for this job. I haven't applied for any job since I've been at the University of Missouri, and I wasn't intending on it because I was happy. That's where I'm from. And but when this opportunity, Terry, we talked, and I was like, well, this is a sign, and so that's what I felt. And I was hoping when I came on my interview that it would be what I expected it was, and it was. So I'm excited. I look for me and my family to be here for a long, long time. I'm not looking to. This is not a move for me. I've moved a lot. If you have looked at my resume, I'm tired of moving. And this is a great fit for us, and we're going to do some great things here. It's going to be a lot of work. I'm nervous a little bit about it because, there is a lot of things we need to do. But you have a great university. Big 12 is a super conference for us in wrestling. So I look forward to, taking on that conference and taking on the expectation to succeed. Any questions you guys have for me? I'm open. Of course. Yeah, recruiting is everything. Recruiting is the pipeline in your wrestling. Recruiting the right student athlete, recruiting student athletes that, with the emphasis on students. You have to be successful. My philosophy in life is consistency wins. I feel like if you're consistent over time in your things you do, you'll succeed. So, that's on the mat, that's in the classroom, it's in the community. The times I've been successful in my life, I've been consistent. And so that's what we're gonna have a lot of talks, and we're gonna roll up our sleeves. And my coaching staff that I'm gonna hire, it's gonna be one that has follow through. We're gonna have a plan, and we're gonna have a lot of follow through. And we talked about that on the interview. A lot of things I think that we can do as a staff at the West Virginia University is to not only have a plan but actually follow through with it, and good or bad. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you're always as strong as the people that back you, and I mean, the community is important. We're gonna reach out and try to do things in the community when we can, especially in the off season when we have more time. But I just want it to be a family. I'm leaving a program right now. Brian Smith is been great for me, and just being a leader and learning how to just have a sense of community and family. He does a great job at University of Missouri, and I want to instill that here.
This is often late in terms of recruiting. Is there anybody left out there?
Yeah, there's a couple. Yeah, that was one thing I was worried about. But I knew the process, and it was frustrating a little bit at times because you see kids get signing late or whatever, or you feel like you're missing the deadlines. But like we said, we talked about it's got to be a fit. And Oliver had to, he had a great staff in place to make sure they got the right guy. So,
You mentioned Danny Phillips. He's also a three-time NCAA champion. Greg Jones is a great
Yeah.
staff. Both of those guys you'll consider for your staff.
Staff-wise, I kind of have something in mind. My thing is with staff is I feel I've coached a long time and I've been an assistant a long time. I feel like it has to be a fit as well, and it has to be someone that's been involved in my life somewhere down the line for me. Just because I have a system and I've been pretty successful with the system I have, so I want the people that I bring in to understand that system, and if you don't have a system and the people don't buy into your system, then your success doesn't work out for yourself. So it's definitely going to be people that have been involved in my life and probably either been coached with me, trained with me, or some form they've been around my philosophy.
That would leave Greg Jones out.
I'm sorry.
That would leave Greg Jones out.
I don't know. Take it for whatever you want to take it for. I like Greg Jones. Greg Jones is a great man. I actually honestly I got a text from him. He's I met him through Danny, and he's a great man. But I have to go and hire the people I think are going to help us win.
Did you get to meet a couple of the wrestlers?
Yeah, seniors I did. Colin, I think, and Nathan. Yeah, and I knew them because when I was out here about 3 years ago, I watched them train a little bit. 4 years ago, whatever it was.
Honestly, it takes you a while to explain, but can you describe your system a little bit?
Hard-nosed, follow through. Really, honestly, I have a plan. I have a plan. I lay out the whole year in advance, and that way you're not putting out fires. You're adjusting your plan, and it's been successful. I have a gauge of how I measure myself as a coach and my staff. Conference-wise, if we're placing above our seeds in 8 or more weight classes, that's pretty good. If we're below our seeds and 8 or less, then we need to change our philosophy and what we're doing. But everywhere I've been in the Pac-12, Big 12, Big 10, I've had success in that manner. So I mean, it's kind of hard to, I could take you to the office and show you.
Sammie, how do you see Western Pennsylvania fitting into your recruiting strategy, what you do? Is that a place you would like to look more for recruiting?
Yeah, we have to recruit our own state. We have to recruit our state and the surrounding areas. That's where you build your fan base. And so definitely, we're going to get the best kids out of Western PA and West Virginia, and then we're going to move out. Whoever the best kid in the country is, we're going to go after them. We have to. So.
Every coach here deals with this. Do you have any thoughts on being 600 or 700 miles away from the teams that you're competing against in the Big 12?
As long as they have a budget, I'm not worried about it. Travel's travel. I've traveled over to Ukraine and cut weight and it's all. I don't believe in that. I believe that if you train right and you're prepared, travel. That's just all mental. That's stuff that you don't need to worry yourself about.
You were here with the Suncrest people,
Sunkissed?
Suncrest, is that what got you here before previously?
Yes.
And was that when they were training?
No, I was actually the head coach of Sunkist, and Danny Felix was training for the World Team Trials, and he actually sacrificed a big part of his life for me when I was training. So I felt like I owed him that back, so I came out here.
Anything else? Great, appreciate it very much. I also, Rubers, I want to thank former wrestlers who are here. I see a couple in the room. Thank you guys for your support and your input on this process. We appreciate it. Thanks very much.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Coach.